I really appreciate this shirt. Seriously came in for a battle here. We are going to be discussing the battle of the sexes about equal pay in tennis today. Definitely a subject that's always been a hot topic in tennis, but one that has reignited full steam ahead after the Raymond Moore incident at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, and then also Novak Djokovic's comments there as well. Now that it's such a fiery topic again, I think it's appropriate that a man and a woman duke it out.
So in 1969, Billie Jean King won Wimbledon, and she won 700 pounds compared to Rod Laver, who won 2,000 pounds. So obviously there was this huge gap as far as men versus women and what the pay grade was. Now it's kind of, I don't know, past that. So now it's the opposite end. You're getting paid the money, but you're doing less work on the women's side.
We're bringing up the historical pay discrepancy, but at the same time, it still applies today. Because if you put WTA matches next to ATP matches, the women still get paid significantly less than the men do at each individual tournament, at the matching tournaments essentially. Yes, the women get paid the same now at the slams. We've evolved a bit. Are we not just making up for what the women are losing a little bit like the rest of the year?
Yes, the slams, that's where my gripe lies, is with the slams when you're one of the male players playing 3 out of 5 matches, 3 out of 5 set matches, and then a woman playing 2 out of 3 sets. As a woman, I would think, let me do the exact same.
The chairman of the WTA, Stacey Alister, has said multiple times that the women are willing and ready to play 3 out of 5 sets. So it's not the women that aren't wanting to meet the men at that, with that argument. It's the ITF. And so why do you think the ITF doesn't want the women to go up to 3 to 5 sets? There was a day that the women played 3 out of 5 at the WTA championships, and so it's not that they're incapable of doing so, and it's not that they're not willing to do so. So let's talk about ticket sales. Right now, the men may be the bigger attraction and sell more tickets, but it's cyclical. Back in the 90s, it was the women who were the bigger draw and who sold more tickets and who brought in more money. So it's like the men cover for the women sometimes, the women cover for the men sometimes. It goes back and forth. And I mean, who's to say that the women aren't gonna be the bigger draw again down the road? We can't constantly be reevaluating this every single year.
When you look at other sports, like MMA, you look at a Ronda Rousey, she's in there doing 5 rounds, 5 minutes, just like the guys, and I think her last payday was $2 million.
Let's look at the WNBA versus the NBA.
I see your point, but I'm talking about individuals. So when you're talking about individuals in that sense, and they're doing the same thing that the men are doing, vice versa, why can't it be the same for tennis?